I feel like in honor of this episode, we should put a wall between us. What do you think?
We should put a wall between us. We should get a lava lamp. We should fall in love.
I mean, I've been in love with you for a long time.
It's very true. And then the floor has to get wet.
I don't want to even talk about. I hated that scene.
It's
so much.
Yeah. I mean, I want to talk about it because I got so many feelings from it, and it's just so fucking funny, man. These people are just a riot.
Welcome to Love is Blind with the bros.
Love is bros.
Love is bros. Bros are blind.
Yeah, we might be blind. Honestly, we're still in the intro, but after listening to an episode, you guys might actually have less idea what's going on.
This is so chaotic.
It's going to be great.
Bros and shows. I gotta have me my bros and shows. Bros and shows. I gotta have me my bros and shows.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Bros and Shows. I am your co-host, Steele Russell, joined as always by the one and only Shooter Magooter. What's up, dude?
Standard name for a standard show, I guess.
Never in my life. I've seen clips.
Yeah.
I thought I knew what I was getting into. I had no idea. And as the note taker, as the resident note taker, fuck me, I guess, because this is impossible.
It's impossible to take notes on. It's sort of going to be in the same realm as us just kind of talking about like a Dancing with the Stars,
Yes.
where we're just going to talk about our feelings, and
much.
we're going to connect on a deeper level.
And we're going to try to do this 2 episodes at a time. So every episode we drop will be, like, for example, this is episode 1 and 2 of Love is Blind. It's releasing when the show releases. We got the screeners for this one, so we got ahead of it. And by ahead of it, we watched it the day before. We've had the screener for a
Pretty
month.
sure it comes out at midnight tonight, and we've just been talking about doing it for so long. I'm an idiot. I always forget that rhyme of, and it's not really a rhyme, but to keep the amount of days in a month straight. I thought there was 31 days in September. So I went into work today. It's the end of the quarter. Fuck me.
30 days past September, April, June, and November.
Yeah. September is literally the first one in that.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
I don't even know how I know that.
yeah, I think it's just ingrained in our brains when we're born.
Apparently.
Instinct. Something to do with the Mayan calendar, you know?
Well, if we're going to bring up the Mayan calendar, technically we could all be in limbo right now.
We are in
because,
limbo.
You know, 2012, the world ended.
This show actually convinced me that we're in limbo.
Dude, I did take notes on my laptop. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see my laptop on my lap in the new studio.
I thought about having my laptop just so I could figure out who's who.
It's tough because, so there's 32 contestants. We are in, let's set the scene. We're in Denver. All right, Denver, Colorado. We got 32 hopefuls. And the way that this show works, if you're like me, you get married in 10 days, right?
You get engaged within 10 days.
And
Yeah.
then you get married a month later.
So, and I could be just terribly wrong about this. And look, if you have your thoughts at home that maybe we use ChatGPT to do things, we can't.
Nope.
Because this show's not even out yet.
There's no reviews yet.
ChatGPT doesn't even have the screeners. We got the screeners.
Yeah.
All right, guys?
Suck it, ChatGPT.
Yeah, and suck at everyone else. I don't know. That's just kind of the state of mind that I'm in right now. But from my understanding, again, could be very wrong, you get 10 days in the pods where you can only see your other, you know, the men's quad or the quads, the men's.
We're gonna meet the men's quad later.
Yeah, the men's quarters and the women's quarters. And that's pretty much the extent of the people that you can actually see. Now, obviously, you can talk to everybody, as everybody knows. Within that 10 days, you have to get engaged. If you don't get engaged, smell you later.
Yep.
You go home. Now, the people that get engaged then have another period where they do have to live
For
together.
a month.
So, yes. So then Love is Blind / Netflix / Nick Lachey purchase a series of condos that all look exactly the same.
Oh, wait.
It's sort of like 90 Day Fiancé. It actually kind of happens.
No,
the
they
same
did
way.
that in a different one. It's not Love is Blind. What was the other one that Nick Lachey did?
Not
It's a
Temptation
Netflix
Island.
show. No,
Oh, no.
no. It was a
was Mark
similar
Wahlberg.
setup. It was like you got everybody came to the show as a couple, but then the couple split and they all started intermingling and dating, and then you had to live with. It was a similar thing where they had condos for each of them.
So far, you're just explaining Temptation Island, and
But
then
it's not. It was like in
Yeah.
a fuck. What was that show? It was literally like these 2 couples show up. It was a bunch of couples. Then they're broken up the minute that they get there, and they have to mingle at this first party. And then they like certain people. They start like mingling more, and then they pick somebody. And if you like somebody and you match, they move them into like a little condo for an extended
oh,
period
fuck
of time.
me. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
We didn't cover it. I
We
just
didn't
watched
cover it. It's probably just something because like we didn't cover Temptation Island, but I watched the shit out of that. That was just another weird Netflix show. And Netflix shows are really tough for us to do anyway because they drop them all. This is at least getting dropped in batches. So 6 episodes come out today while you're listening to this. And then another 3 next week, next
and
Wednesday.
the following.
And then 3 the following week. And then 1 at the end.
Okay, we can do
I
that.
did my math correctly. That should be 15, maybe 12. I don't know.
I have no
Whatever.
idea.
At any rate, they do get a month to live together, see how it goes. Now, I've seen this go very poorly before. I've seen the first look go very poorly, which is incredibly
I'm
funny.
nervous for that.
You're nervous for that?
Yeah.
It's one of the best moments. There will inevitably be one where it's like, oh, fuck.
It's so mean, though.
It is mean, but like the whole point of this show is, can a connection without seeing each other really work? And sometimes it flat out doesn't.
Which I could see both, but like I do believe that there is a level of like you have to be attracted to the person that you're with. I think that every woman on this show is beautiful. Okay, I think that every dude on this show is a handsome fella. There's a lid for every pot. That's what my mother-in-law says. So you just got to find that person. I think it's.
I agree with you looks wise.
Yeah, I just think that
Their
like
personalities, some of these people suck.
totally 100%. Don't get me started about Sparkle Megan, which is
Sparkle Megan drove me up a fucking wall.
Sparkle Megan is that her real nickname or is that a test?
Chance. That is the dumb. The whole thing that she does is a test. You realize that she was lying about her job because she's so afraid that people are gonna like come after her for her money.
No, she didn't.
She started off by saying she was like in the tech industry, then she went to real estate, and then she went to something else.
She started her own business.
She started her own business, yeah, but she kept making things up as she went along.
Oh, I didn't.
She's
see that.
like really in her own head about like people are only going to use me for my money, but
How much money does she have?
the funny thing about Sparkle Megan, and it's not her nickname,
Sparkle Megan
is that the dude that she's probably going to end up with is that douchebag Mike. Who you know is a douchebag. He's 37 years old. He's got a sauna and a hot tub at his house.
The real estate investor, right?
Yeah, that guy sucks, and she's drawn to him for whatever reason.
Drawn to him, and then like the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Don't get me wrong. Is it Jordan? Yeah, Jordan.
Jordan,
who's like a branch manager, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when you say that to me,
He's
it's
got
like,
a 5-year-old son.
He's got a 5-year-old kid. He works like a middle of the road job. Like absolutely nothing wrong. He's making a living. He's taking care of his kids. Fucking awesome. Good for him. That doesn't track for me, and she seems to be somebody that needs a mic.
She's kind of annoying, yeah, because she does seem like she needs a mic.
She clearly cares about
we
money.
just jumped right the fuck into this, and I love it.
Who cares?
There was another dude, and I can't remember exactly what it is. I'll look it up in a sec.
Try to explain him to me, I'll guess.
He was the third option. She has 3 options.
I
so
think I
she
wrote
had
it down.
Jordan,
Patrick.
No, she
Patrick. Patrick is with Casey and Anna.
Anna.
Um,
Was it Joe? No, Joe is
No.
really excited about also Anna.
I
Yeah,
don't
Joe
guess-
was also Anna.
it's Joe.
Joe was also Anna.
Okay.
Jordan. God damn it, Mike. Oh, Nick. Nick was the random third guy who was just like, he was goofy. He was the one who was saying that on the ski lift, he's got martinis in his pocket.
Yeah, and Nick is also into Anna. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Joe is into Anna. This is where it's going to get weird.
Fuck.
Joe's the one who's into Anna, and I only remember that because at the end of the second episode is when Patrick comes back and he's like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
It's not even there.
Okay.
And we'll get into that because that is fucking hilarious. But yeah, so Sparkle Megan, what makes you so great?
So I feel like because she's successful, she has somehow equated that into a personality trait, which I obviously, that it has something to do with your personality, your tenacity, your drive, all of those things. Yeah. But when you make that your only personality trait, one, you're afraid that guys are going to be intimidated, as you said.
Yes.
By coming in with like the money thing, it's not a great way to intro to like soften the blow.
No.
I do believe that, she's a strong, independent woman. I think that's great. And I also think that you need to test the waters a little bit and kind of push and see how they're going to react. I thought it was interesting when she said, although I have this business that I'm starting and the company that I worked with got sold, so I had some wiggle room to kind of do my own thing, but I still want to have like a dude provide for me. So she kind of wants both sides of the spectrum, which is fine. I can't get a real read on Sparkle Megan because I feel like everything she's doing is a test.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like the way that these shows generally go, we know already if you don't match up at the end of the 10 days, see you later.
Yep.
the fact that they're showing her so much, she's gonna get tied up at some point.
I would
Like,
imagine.
even though like everything in me is telling me that she's gonna just be super picky and just never end up picking anybody and just go home.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening just because of how much screen time she's getting. I think also I just looked it up. I think that the third person was actually Blake, and that's the crossover.
I just found it's Mike, Blake, and Jordan.
Yep, Mike, Blake, and Jordan. Mike is the 37-year-old douchebag.
No,
Blake,
Mike is the medical sales 41-year-old.
What?
Yeah. Or is it Mike? Is there a Michael
There's
as
two
well?
Mikes. Yeah, there's a Michael
is
and a
the
Mike.
medical sales. This is fucking impossible.
This is going to be impossible
Stay
for
with
these
us,
couple
guys.
episodes.
It's going to be funny.
It's going to be kind of funny because we're just going to stare at each other blankly when we say something like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. No, Mike is the douchebag 37-year-old real estate developer who's got a hot tub and a sauna.
He does this. Oh, no. And then Michael is the one that does s'mores with Anna later. He is the older gentleman. He's 41 years old.
Yeah, I don't remember Michael at all. Here's the problem with white dudes. They all look
blend
the
in,
same.
especially these white dudes. These are some very vanilla fucking white dudes.
We're in Denver.
Oh wow. Good
This
point.
is actually like a really like Philly's gonna hit
Philly's gonna
because
be so great.
like the white dudes in Philly, they might look the same, but they are very
it
very
depends
different.
what neighborhood they're from,
Yeah,
like
dude.
what region
Get
they're
some fucking
from.
Delco people in there, but
If there's Delco people,
there's got to be Delco people. You have to represent. But when you go to Denver, and this is probably what Patrick was saying. Like Patrick's like, yeah, I was the only Asian growing up. I had this and that. It's like, good for you, honestly.
Hell
Like
yeah.
I know you went through shit because they probably bullied you, but like those dudes all look the same. They're all
They
dorks.
sound the same too.
Yeah, they all go hiking.
So
What
did
else do you
Patrick.
do in Denver?
I think
Smoke weed, go hiking. You're not going to a Rockies game.
no one goes to Rockies games, but yeah, here's how we're gonna hone this in. All right, I know it's been a little chaotic, so
Here's
bear
how
with
we're
us
going to
here.
try to hone this.
Here's
in.
how we're gonna try to hone it in. Let's focus on one person, and then we're gonna focus on the couples that really hit it off.
Why don't we have to pick a like either one girl or one guy.
Well,
and
we
then
did
build
Sparkle
from that.
Megan.
So let's just keep going with the girls then, maybe.
Okay.
Because at the end of the 2 episodes, and we are just joining these bad boys together.
Who cares?
Megan's still not coupled up,
Mm-mm.
or Love Island terms, but she's not coupled up, and I don't know where that's going to end up. My genuine guess is that she's going to end up with Mike because something's drawing her to him. It's probably that she's dated douchebags in the past, and that's going to happen. And the money, yeah.
Yeah, I think that she can tell that he's got some cash in there. I don't think she's a gold digger. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
I just think that, they make sense.
You know what she did and she said, and that's why it makes so much sense? She used the old, I just want to find somebody to build an empire with.
There you go.
Like,
That's like
shut
Jordan.
up. No, it's not Jordan. And Jordan, you don't deserve that.
No,
You
Jordan's
go,
a sweet
you
man.
find someone else.
Yes, and he's covered in tattoos. She's like, I think I got you pegged, like who you are. He's like, I bet you don't. And I was like, there's no fucking chance she knows what you look like,
No.
pal. He's got his whole legs tatted up, his arms tatted up.
Uh-huh.
He's just a loving father. I will give Megan props. She handled the Luca situation well. Like she didn't like freak her out, didn't cause her to panic or anything. She was supportive through the whole thing, and obviously Jordan misses his kid. I wish we saw more emotions like this about missing your child on other shows that we've watched, such as Love Island,
Yeah.
where you leave your kid for a month and you don't have any emotions.
It's funny too because I was thinking that immediately when he starts bringing it up and he's sitting there in a confessional talking about his kid. And I think the producer said, like, I love that. Or one of the girls that he was talking to said, I love that. Like, bring that up. I want to know more about you. I want to understand what's going on. Good for you for sharing that.
Good for
I
you
thought-
for leading with that.
I thought of Huda immediately. I'm like, fucking Huda again. No matter what I do, I can't get away from that woman. But yeah, so let's migrate to another girl.
Okay, Casey.
You want to go to Casey? Okay, we can go to Casey.
I like Casey. I think
Casey
cool.
seems really cool. God, I am gonna really have a hard time keeping everything straight.
Here
You
we go,
at
here we
least
go, here we
have
go.
who she's coupling
So
up with.
Casey, makeup artist with a cat. Jordan also has cats and 5 tattoos of cats.
Yes,
Jordan and Casey make sense to me. That vibe fits.
I can agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they both seem pretty down to earth, pretty mellow. I also like Casey and Patrick. They kind of hit it off a little bit later.
Patrick might just be demoralized.
Patrick's going to
this
be
point.
smoked after
Yeah.
second episode. We'll try not to jump ahead too far on that one. We might have to reveal it. We can, I guess.
We can't really tell you what
We'll get
happens.
there in a little bit. But anyway, give me one sec. Casey's big thing is that she dated like her high school sweetheart for like the longest time, And every relationship that she's had has ended due to infidelity. Not on
Yes.
her part, but on the other one's part. She tells some story about she met a guy she followed him on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking to Patrick at this point. She's like, yeah, I thought he was cute. Followed him on TikTok, followed him on Instagram. We actually ended up dating. It was 100% surface level, obviously. So I'm excited to do this whole Love is Blind thing. But what I like about Casey is that she just seems pretty down to earth. She's not like over the top with anything. And she seems to be able to connect with multiple people without making them feel stupid.
Right.
And I'm into that.
Okay. I've got reservations about Casey. Now,
Interesting.
I do think that conversation with Patrick was awkward, but that dramatic pause from both of them
Oh, okay.
about revealing that he was Asian was wild
Well,
to
I
me.
think for him,
For him, I
he
get
doesn't-
it.
because he goes through that whole speech about how his whole life he's been insecure because people say stupid shit like, "Oh, you're hot for an Asian," which is a crazy thing to say
Yeah.
to a person. I can't imagine that coming out of somebody's mouth, but I think that was his reservation was I don't want to tell you my ethnicity because it's been this weird thing with me my whole life where I'm the Asian guy and for whatever reason that knocks me down a peg in some people's
Yeah, and I think
minds.
it's kind of tough too because obviously a lot of the things you're saying, you keep talking about your upbringing and you keep referring to the fact that your parents lived in a different country and
Mhm.
moved here and you were, looked at differently. You do have to tell her at some point.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like the way that he finally got there was bizarre. He was digging through his notes and I was wondering if he was trying to figure out if he already told her.
I don't know. I was wondering if maybe
It's like us doing this show right now. We can't keep shit straight.
We're
Maybe when
trying.
you're there, you can't keep anything straight too. He's like, I told you. Oh shit, I told Anna. Damn it.
I think. Well, he didn't tell Anna.
I know.
Anna and Patrick. I think through context clues of what they were discussing, they have similar stories.
Yes.
So I think even Anna says that later. She's like, I think we've both derived that we're both Asian.
Yeah.
Which, with Casey, I get it. I understand why he's hesitant to tell her because he doesn't want it to change her perspective. Which again is a bummer that that's even a thing. But for Casey, I thought she did well with the whole thing. It was awkward, and maybe that's part of the show because it's
I think it
all
is.
behind the wall.
I think what I'm really having trouble grasping is they're all the same level of crazy.
Yeah,
And I feel like you just have to kind of throw that out because when she says things like, I was cheated on in every single one of my relationships. There was always a hotter blonde. There was always this, always that.
that made me
So
sad.
now I'm going to Love is Blind to get engaged within 10 days without knowing who the person is. I'm like, it still
depends
could
what-
happen.
Well-
There could still be a hotter blonde somewhere. I don't know, Casey.
But she's playing into the idea of the game, I think, where it's
Sure.
like everything has been based off of looks, and all of my traumas have come from looks because of there being a hotter blonde. There's always somebody on Instagram, whatever.
Right.
This eliminates that at least that one thing. It eliminates it from the equation,
Yeah. Okay.
kind of, because
Kind
it's
of.
not going to be. She might lose out on a guy, but it's not going to be because he saw a hotter blonde.
Fair. Okay. Who do you see Casey ending up with?
Jordan,
I don't see Patrick anymore.
I don't know. That's gonna depend on some things that we can't
Yeah,
discuss.
yeah. Jordan.
I could see Jordan working out with her. Who's the guy later? Nick. That guy. I don't think
He's
anybody.
a bit
should
of a
pick
wild
him,
card. I think he's just comedic relief, and I don't think he's going to do anything.
but he doesn't.
Or he's going to end up with Annie, who we saw for a split second.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Well, let's keep going because we're gonna get stuck.
We
on
are going to get
stupid
stuck
shit.
on people.
Let's talk about Edmond and Calabria.
Okay.
Because, I mean, out of the gate, Edmond vibes are high.
Yeah.
Interesting character, for sure. And they get into it immediately. This was the hard part for me was timelines because obviously we're going to talk about Anton and Alli shortly, and that's the big one for episode 1. But the timelines are confusing because I'm like, all right, so I understand that there's a level to this that you're 100% letting your guard down. You're under the impression I could leave here in 10 days engaged. So we're not going to skip around anything. We're just going to dive right in. Edmond dives head first. What I was not expecting was it to be reciprocated.
No, not at all,
100%.
honestly. Yeah, I did not see Calabria doing that.
Uh-uh.
I thought it was going to be all right, It seemed to me that it was the first time they were talking,
That's what I thought, but that's
but
what
it's really tough to do. And I don't like maybe their first interaction was like kind of ho hum, not a lot happened, so they just completely cut that, and then they put this in here
I
as
want
like
to
their
see
second.
the awkward first.
So do I want to see more of the awkward first conversations because that really gets me going.
Mm-hmm.
These interactions seem crazy because he breaks down, trauma dumps, and cries.
Well, I didn't mind that part of it.
Oh, yeah, I
obviously.
know you wouldn't mind that, but again, this is my problem.
Yeah.
I do need to understand that all these people are crazy.
Well, you're doing a show where you could get engaged in 10 days.
Correct.
So, yeah.
So they're all nuts. So this is par for the course.
Yes.
I should look at this like, oh, okay, that's kind of nice that he did that.
Well, you have to let the walls down. Edmond let all of the walls down, and he does
Except
have
for the main wall, you can't see anything.
But he does have a very interesting backstory. He comes from foster care. He talks about how his 5th grade teacher saved his life, and that's what made him want to get into substitute teaching. He helps out with organizations that help kids in need, things like that. She works in, I believe, with Section 8 housing, or she wants to get into that.
She wants to get into that, yeah.
But she also works with a lot of children's groups and things like that. So
Mhm.
they have that big connection, which I really like. What I like about these, I actually really enjoyed Edmond and
I thought
Galeria.
they fed off of each other really well. Like
They
he's
do.
wild, and she just kept
He's a calming presence.
Yeah, she just kept referring to him as like her loud boyfriend, essentially.
That's where
Like, all right,
This is where the shit gets weird for me.
okay,
And I get it's part of it. But the quick shifts that you have, because obviously, like, you see them start to hit it off. Like, it's almost like The Sims where you, like, see the meter of, like, friendship to love.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And when they get to that point, there's always seemingly, and by always, I mean the 2 episodes I've watched, there's a turning point with one word or sentence where it shifts into something else. We saw it with Anton and Alli, where he calls her baby for the first time. She's like, ooh, say that again. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you like that, baby?
That's
And
the other
then
thing is like these people are starved for sex.
oh, yeah, like, so horny.
Like the whole wet thing that happened.
Ah.
Was that Annie?
That was
think
that was Nick
Annie.
and Annie. Yep,
Yeah.
Nick and Annie.
Yeah, that was awkward.
That's what happens though. Like, you get to this certain point where, like, they're having conversations. You're asking the big questions. How are we going to live together? What do you see in your future? What do you like to do on Sundays? Blah, blah, blah. All the stuff to see if you match up. Then there's this weird moment where somebody, and they're trying to, like, they're taking that step. It's like, let me throw this out there. I've yet to see it turn down. When somebody throws something out there to
Yeah.
either make it sexual or take that turn towards being more intimate and maybe moving this forward, it seems like everybody bites. I want to see the one where someone's like, yeah, baby. And it's like, don't fucking call me baby. I've known you for a day. What
yeah,
the hell
I
is
do
that?
really want to see that. But again, I do think that it's almost like it's going to be philosophical probably. But who knew it for this episode?
No Stragooter.
It's almost as if their brains are having a hard time adapting to the fact that they can't see each other. So it's making them want to talk about sex more
Okay.
because they can't compute the sexuality that they're going to feel, the
can't
sexual
eye-fuck each
chemistry.
other.
You can't eye fuck each other.
Okay.
You can't say, ooh, that would be great. So
Wait.
you have to talk about it more.
This tracks, actually. I
Yeah.
think you might actually be.
Yeah, because you're right. Like every single time, like even I think it was Mike that threw it out to Sparkle Megan talking about his
yes.
sauna. He's like, yeah, it's gonna get a little hotter and heavier in there too, and it's like gross.
She started. She goes, you got room for 2? He's like,
Yeah.
damn right I do. Nice and
It's-
steamy. And you're like, ah.
Yeah, no, don't.
I don't want to hear dirty talk, period, let alone with the lights on with a wall between you.
Yeah, no, not at all. So yeah, I think there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah. Yeah, which it's funny. Like, those scenes are the Nick and Annie one I didn't like. I just thought that was like one.
It went too long. Like it was okay at first.
No,
but
it wasn't, because it's not. If you're gonna do this, okay, like, be inventive.
yeah,
Be creative with what you're saying. Don't just take the low hanging fruit of the water spilled, now the carpet's wet,
yeah.
and then make a joke. Let's get drier and wetter. The carpet on what?
It was like a
Guess
derivation
we're talking
of
about that now. Fuck.
yeah.
Nick
It was 1,000%, by the way, derived from the riddle. What gets wet as it dries? A towel.
Oh yeah.
That's what he was doing, and then he just made it weird and gross and sexual.
Well, I mean, if I'm not going to break it down to its like nuts and bolts, but there's multiple sexual references in there. You could even argue the carpet is one, which is unfortunate. And
Yeah.
let's just go to that scene.
Oh no, he did reference the carpet. What are you talking about? He was referring to it as her carpet.
He initially just talked about the carpet.
Uh-huh.
He then, about 2 seconds later, said your carpet.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like at all.
Didn't care for that.
But then I couldn't tell what her vibe was. I don't want to get to them yet. I want to finish up with Edmond and Calabria because they're seemingly headed straight for engagement.
Yeah, we're not seeing them talk to anybody else.
No, well, they in episode 2 have walled each other off. No
Yeah.
pun intended. They're like, all right, this is it. I don't want any more connections. I want to get to know my man more. And there is something beautiful about this process where she's like, I'm getting to know how to love you.
Yeah.
Not through your looks, but like what you need from me. I was like, that there is something
What's
kind of cool about
going to be
this.
very interesting to see is that first look is going to be fun. Because
That's-
he's going to do something goofy as
Well,
shit.
That's where I
He's going to like Naruto run to her or some shit. And she's probably going to love it. She's going to
know.
laugh at it. And if she doesn't, it's going to be sad and awkward.
Because here's what needs to happen.
He's going to give a
Okay.
full yippee, by the
He
way.
needs to tell her, by the way, when I was just with the boys, I was kissing the floor because I haven't kissed anything in a while. And then I was
Yeah.
spinning 360s on my butt. It's
Yeah.
fine, do you, boo-boo. But at the same time, like, those are the quirks, okay, that need to be known before you get into a relationship. If she thinks this guy is this emotionally intelligent, vulnerable human being, which he is, I mean, he spilled all the tea, he got emotional with her. I'm not taking that away from him in any means. But she also has to know, like, oh, if we're out with friends, are you going to do 360s on your ass cheeks? Because that might be weird for me.
Yeah, he is definitely going to do that. And look, they'll get there probably when they live together because they're definitely hurling towards engagement.
I guess that's true. You got to for time.
Weird caveat to this show. The people who maybe get engaged or don't get engaged, if you get engaged, you don't get to have your phone still for another couple of weeks. Do they watch these and they're like, that's who the fuck I was talking to?
I don't know.
I wonder if they do.
Oh, you
Like,
mean the ones that bounce? Like
yeah,
and
like the
leave?
ones that leave versus, so say Sparkle Megan
Okay.
ends up with, let's say she goes with Mike, but she was kind of into Jordan.
Right.
And Sparkle Megan goes home because she doesn't get to, rekindle with anybody or whatever. Jordan moves on. And then Jordan gets out because, it just doesn't work out. They don't end up getting married. He goes on Instagram. He finds Sparkle Megan and he goes, oh, shit, that's who I was talking to?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that happens.
That's pretty fun.
That definitely happens.
We need cameras.
I want to
follow
know
them around.
more so to test this theory of love is blind. When that happens, if somebody is madly in love with the person behind the wall, they get engaged, they make it through the live-in period, they get married, and then they go on Instagram and somebody else they had a connection with, they open up their Instagram.
Way hotter.
Smoking hot dude.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck, I hate my guy now. I
Yeah.
want this guy.
Yeah, I should have went with that guy. There was, I remember there was a controversy last year. I forget what they were. Maybe Tennessee. I think they were in Nashville last year. I don't really remember. But Minneapolis. Sorry. Weird side note. They were in Minneapolis.
Same thing.
And apparently it's just such a small, it's a lot like Philly. It's just such a small city that like everybody knows everybody. The one girl kind of put together that she knew who she was talking to because it was a guy who followed her and then unfollowed her on Instagram.
Oh, see, that was my other question. Like, how do they know who? Do they know?
Because they're all in the same age group and it's a small city. And if you're single for that long, you're probably like on dating apps and bopping around and doing whatever. You probably have run into one or two of the other people that are here.
That's probably why they overloaded it with vanilla white dudes because it's hard to decipher between.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
We're just gonna pump this show full of the same haircut looking assholes, and no one's gonna.
Some
know.
of them have tattoos, some of them don't.
Yep.
It's up to you to figure out who's who. Yeah, it's such a funny little concept, little experiment. Anyway, who should we move on to
I
next?
guess we can dive fully into the fucking Nick and Annie situation. that
Oh,
we
I think
touched
we've
on.
said enough about their wetness, but
Well, no, we didn't because it goes further, and like you can tell, this guy who wants to come off as quirky. By the way, he traded Bitcoin for RuneScape Gold, which is like an old computer game that we played back in high school. I think it's still up and running. So he traded arguably $130,000 for $1,
yeah,
maybe. That
Yeah.
sucks. And then look, I don't shit on anyone for being quirky. You know that. Live your life, be who you got to be, all about it, whatever. I don't like when you know you come off as the quirky guy and you know people just think, oh, he's kind of weird. So then you push the boundaries intentionally, such as in this scene where he makes the carpet being wet joke 4 fucking times and
Yeah.
then goes, if you had to ask me a question, like, what's my favorite wish? It'd be like to add 1 inch. Stop talking about your dick.
yeah.
Talk about your dick.
This is the problem with people like this, and this is why they go on shows like this, because they don't have to do it face to face.
Right.
And they're the type of person that once they get you to laugh once, they just don't stop.
Correct.
That's what he was doing the whole time. And she kept laughing.
I hated it.
I know. Me
She's
too.
laughing. You're so funny. He's like, aha, chode.
Yeah. Just
What?
shouting out random words.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
And she's eating it up.
Self-deprecating dick jokes apparently hit pretty hard in this show.
Maybe because it's behind the wall.
Yeah, it's just behind the... Now she's wondering, like, is it actually a chode?
Well, there's something to be said about that method where it's like now she's intrigued. Like, I don't, but
Intrigued for the right reasons?
I just like he's just gross. Nick's gross. I don't like Nick.
I don't think he's gross. I just think
What
he's
do you mean?
probably annoying as fuck.
I think he's annoying and a little sexual deviant. That's what I think.
I think that there's something to be said about the mentality of people on this show, though. I think they're all
Sure.
sexual deviants.
Did you think they're all
They
just
all yearn to
super
touch.
horny?
The one dude was kissing the goddamn ground.
Yeah, Edmond was kissing the ground.
And again, timelines, but I'm assuming he was there for about 4 days.
I
And you can't tell me that dude just like smooched some girl last weekend. Like he wouldn't be on the show.
All right, let's get to Anton and Alli.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to Anton and Alli, who hit it off right out of the gate. Anton, what does he do?
I don't know. Got me, man.
Well,
In
regardless,
Brooklyn.
yeah. Hold
That's
on.
all I got.
He's in Brooklyn. Why is he doing
Or
in?
he grew up in Brooklyn.
Oh, I was gonna say, why is he in Denver then?
Grew up in Brooklyn. He decided to go by Anton because people close to him call him Anton, but everybody else calls him Tony. And then his one friend said, "Hey, man, before you go on the show, pretty serious, go by Anton because you want your future wife to call you Anton."
He's in transportation.
What
and
a fucking
logistics.
story.
Yeah, wild and
Thanks.
invigorating story.
Thanks for the 5 minutes of your name.
But that's the other part. Like they get so.
Also, Anton's a normal name. I'm sorry, but
Anton's a
like
great name.
it
It's
is. There is
normal.
nothing wrong with Anton as a name, and he made it sound like it was something so hard to pronounce for the American accent.
Mm-mm.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't. He's in transportation and logistics. He's 29. Alli is a nurse, also 29. She also changed her name from I forget what Alile or something like
Something like that. She's from Brazil,
that.
yeah.
And people would mispronounce her name, make fun of her. So she's like, I just decided to go by Alli instead. But they connect. What are the odds of that? By the way, they connect over that.
Yeah.
So that's the first
Well,
thing that like clicks.
All right. So I'm going to break this one down. Alli goes into it saying, I'm so tired of being the person in a relationship that I feel like I have to constantly motivate my significant other to do more, do what they have to do. I don't think he really convinced her that he's that person that doesn't need motivation. I didn't hear anything that really convinced me. She just fell in love immediately.
It was
She
so
was
fast.
ready to go. And she seemed, when she's talking to the girls and before she goes in, she's in her confessional, she seems like she's going to be not closed off, but like very picky.
That's what I thought.
She grabbed the first guy that she started talking to and just ran to the altar.
There's something about his voice, dude.
Something about his
I don't
voice.
know.
Um,
But the best part of this whole thing, like you watch them talk for hours. Again, that's where I got confused by the timeline. I guess they accelerate certain.
you can see them
couples,
change clothes. Yeah.
so I didn't notice that clearly. But you watch this whole thing over the course of who knows? We don't know if it's 4 days, 7 days, 10 days. I'm assuming somewhere between 4 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They clearly hit it off. Anton proposes after she says, I love you. Like, I'm just so in love with you. I love you. I love you. I think he says, which is crazy that his response is, I really appreciate you saying that. I'm like, damn. And then he goes,
Yeah. I
love
didn't
you
think he
too."
was going to say I love you
I
afterwards.
didn't either. He proposes to her.
I would have gotten the ick. What do you mean you love me?
Yeah.
You don't know anything about me.
You haven't even seen my face. That would be ludicrous.
My favorite, because obviously they get engaged, they do the first look. My favorite thing was this man needs his glasses. Like
yeah.
he actually, these are not performative male glasses. These are real glasses. For whatever reason, and I'm sure he was nervous as shit when that door opens, but he has his glasses on, and he takes them off, puts his back up,
It
takes
puts
them back
on
off.
his head.
And then he ends up putting them on his head, which is the worst thing you could do
Bad
as
look.
far as like a first look. And then he can't even see her. He squints so hard as soon as the door, and then he goes right back down to the glasses. I'm like, dude.
The best part of that, the first look, she is quite clearly the hottest girl that he has ever been with.
Absolutely.
In his entire life. 'Cause
Absolutely.
He is jaw on the floor, and she's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. And he's definitely out kicking his coverage here. But he is like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
I won.
I won Love is Blind. And you would think that when they have their first interaction, it would be like, that was the most awkward fucking first kiss I've ever seen.
He went in for a real kiss, and then she kissed him on the cheek.
Well, not that part. When
Oh,
they
okay.
actually smooch,
Yeah.
he seemed uncomfortable. I think he's just like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. Then they go sit on the couch. Okay. She needs to run from this dude. Fucking so fast because they're sipping on champagne. And I got another reason in a little bit why she needs to run. They're sipping on champagne. She clearly, I believe that she's in love with him.
I think so, yeah. I think she's head over heels.
I don't think he's in love with her. I think he thinks she's hot.
There's something about the way that he did it that made me think when he saw her, he was like, fuck, like, if she's this hot, were any of the other ones this hot?
That
maybe I could have had, because I didn't really think there was much of a connection. They just ended up saying I love you within a day, it seemed.
That's the, yeah, what, the timeline again skewed.
Now, obviously, they're going to like kind of spread apart who gets engaged. Now, this could have very well been like day 9, but they just figured, there's no substance here. There's nothing to really work through. Let's just give you half of the episode is going to be about them, and then they're going to get engaged at the end.
Yeah, and a little sprinkle of Sparkle Megan in there.
Yeah.
But
God, yeah.
when they're sitting on the couch, she's sipping some bubbly, they're excited. She's like leaning into him. He's sitting really far away on the couch. And I do think that I'm sure it's a little awkward. It's the first time you see somebody, then you're engaged. Fucking, what a crazy sentence. But she's at the point where she's comfortable. So she's like, oh, I got a burp. Of course you do. You're drinking champagne. You're excited. That makes a lot
bubbly,
of sense to me. Ick. I don't think he was kidding. I think he was half kidding, half like, that's gross. I don't want my girl to burp. That's a problem for me.
There's also a lot of talk about gender roles in this. I
know.
don't really care for that.
I didn't like the gender.
I didn't like
role
anybody's
conversations.
real take on this either.
No.
So I think it was Sparkle Megan that was like, I believe in a little bit more traditional gender roles.
I
And
want
like,
to be the
I
nurturer.
peg you for the opposite.
Which I actually thought was interesting. I'm not condoning either.
No, I don't really give a shit what you do, but
No,
like the
it's none of my
conversations
business.
about the gender roles was weird.
But again, I think in this setting where it's like, okay, we're going to be engaged in 10 days, like what's our home life look like? For example, if you have a very strong independent woman, it's like, I don't want to be the fucking homemaker.
So I do wonder if they were told to like stay away from politics this time.
Oh, you think
because I think the last one they would open up with who did you vote for? And I think that got a lot of backlash online for various reasons, depending on what their answer was, of course. So I wonder if maybe this time they're like, all right, we're going to tone that down. You can't just plainly ask who you voted for. We're just going to say, here's a good talking point, gender roles. Yeah, so I don't really know. But yeah, very interesting situation.
It was.
These
Now,
people are weird.
back to Anton and Alli, the second part that I was watching. So, they say their goodbyes, they smooch. It gets more comfortable. You can tell they're making out, whatever. They go to leave. Okay, cool. They go to their respective sides. She turns around and stares at him. Of course, that's your new fiance. He does not turn around, fills up his champagne flute to the top, and then he's like trying to sip out. Turn around and look at your fiance, dickhead. What's going on?
Yeah.
What are you doing? The little things, the ick thing, the awkward first kiss,
Well-
him not turning around to look at. No, if you're engaged, bro.
No, I have a completely sideways question.
Oh, okay. What's up?
As a recovering alcoholic, if you see a bottle of champagne sitting over there that still has a good amount left,
I'm gonna stare at the champagne. To my knowledge,
we don't know.
first alcoholic joke for Love Is Blind.
Yeah, but like I was trying to figure out the alcohol situation because Love Island was so weird with it. They can only have like 2 a night or whatever it might be. I don't know what the rule is here, but
it should be no holds barred.
It should be, honestly. I know there's like liabilities, but
there's not really, because like you're not gonna, they can't interact.
can't
They might get
touch
some
anybody.
shit pop off with the dudes being drunken morons, but like have security there. I would much rather see like 4 normal dates and then they get shit faced and you have to talk to each other hammered.
that would rock.
That would be great.
By the way, just as important as having sex is
Yes.
seeing how your significant other drinks.
1000%. How are you?
Colorado, pass some joints around.
Yeah, that's fine.
See what happens.
An edible. Oh, edible
Oh,
episode.
dude, an edible would hit.
That would be great. But you need to know.
Those conversations would be so funny.
They would be phenomenal because they'd think they're being so deep and they would be talking about
Missed
like
opportunities.
caterpillars. But I think that's an important facet of somebody you're going to spend your life with. How are you under substances?
Do you
Under
want to
the
talk about
influence of
caterpillars? It seems like that was a
No,
little
I was thinking like, what would
very pointed.
Well, I was gonna say carpet, and then I was like, I don't talk about carpet.
Oh, no,
anymore, so I just
no.
thought of a C word.
It ruined carpet for me
I know, right?
forever. Honestly.
So I just thought I went from carpet to caterpillar.
Hardwood guy. Oh, damn it. I can't escape it. There's nothing I can do. Also,
show
by
has
the
poisoned
way,
our brains.
Nick, if you were funny and smart, make a hardwood joke. not a chode
It's
joke.
funny you've got wet carpet over there because I've got hardwood on my side.
Exactly. Bang. Easy. Instead, you go for the chode joke, which we'll see how it works out for you.
Apparently well.
Apparently well.
I don't understand this. Like this
People are weird. They receive weird things. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this was an interesting watch for me because I was just like, my brain's trying to wrap my head around one, how we're going to cover it, which I think this is absolutely perfect. This is matching the chaos on the show, so I think it's great.
My brain's wrapping around, like, all right, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you here?
What led you here?
And honestly, my brain does the same thing with it being in Philadelphia, and I saw a lot of people on Instagram that I haven't seen in years, or I met like once or twice, posting, I can't wait to try out for Love is Blind, or how do I get my application? And I'm like, no, I know what's wrong with you.
That's the thing.
Like, I know personally what's wrong with you.
That and
just apply that to everybody else. Yeah.
Because you know damn well we're going to see multiple people that we have either come into contact with, are friends of a friend, like, and you're like, holy shit, he's on the show? Of course he's on the show. By the way, he's fucking racist. Get out of there.
Yeah, this is going to be... I actually do wonder, because this is the type of show where, because we're making fun of everybody, and I've said 4 times that these people are fucking nuts, this is definitely like a Love Hotel type of show where one of these people's going to reach out to us and be like, what's your problem with us?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And I will respond to the DM.
But I will say, in Love Hotel, what was his name? James was a good sport. He was weird as shit about it.
He probably still listens to us, hononestly. It seemed like he enjoyed us.
James, you're listening.
He said something about a different show that we were covering, so I think he does.
If you're listening to us, dude, give us another shout out. We'll respect. He did. He was
great, yeah.
It was funny, and he took it in stride. It was still, a James response, but it was funny. But anyway, with the Philly one, because we're obviously going to cover that, we'll more than likely be making fun of people we know, which is
and we'll do a good job of masking who we know.
We'll make sure that you don't know which ones we know. I don't want to dox anybody. Yeah. But at the same time, that's going to be a blast. Now, to finish this off, we got to get to Patrick and Anna.
Yeah.
All right. So Patrick
and Blake.
And Blake, right? And Blake. So Patrick has had a journey. I actually like Patrick.
Yeah.
Right? He seems the most normal.
He got a lot of play in the first 2 episodes.
He did. He did, and I think that's
all building for this. Probably
now we know why for sure. But Patrick seems like the most normal. He seems like a dude that's just, I don't know, didn't have a lot of luck in the dating pool, and he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna try that. He's the only one that I've seen that I can actually chalk up to potentially being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna try this.
Yeah.
The rest of them
that actually makes a ton of sense. Yeah, the way that he was coming about made it seem like this was not like a last ditch effort, but it was like this is something different.
Yes,
which I do think there is some charm in that. Now, obviously, you have to be engaged within 10 days, which I think is fucking ridiculous. But it's a show. I'm gonna leave it alone. It's not exactly trying a new dating app, but at least the way that he explained it said to me like he's there just to see, and it could be fun, and maybe he connects with somebody.
Dip a toe.
Other people were like, I'm going to find my husband. I'm going to find my wife. And I'm like, you're an idiot.
Oh, no. They said, I'm getting married soon.
Correct. Yeah, they're idiots.
I can't wait to get married.
There are certain people, and we haven't met everybody yet in these first 2 episodes. There's still another.
Half of them.
We met half of them. There's still another 16 floating around out there that we've seen popping in and out, trying to console people. It's very bizarre. But with Patrick, and I'm sure other people, if you can just explain it in a way of, yeah, I'm going to have some fun and see what I can do for a connection here. And if I connect with somebody, great. If I don't, I'm going home. Which I don't think the producers of Love is Blind really want. But if you do that, you'll at least win me over.
Yeah, because he seemed normal.
Yeah.
Now, Anna seems normal-ish.
She did seem normal, yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense later on. You guys will get there. But they hit it off right out of the gate. Again, we talked about it earlier. They have similar connections, similar childhood, similar upbringing. A lot of the same background story. So they also kind of, like I said, derived that, all right, I think we're both Asian. So we both have parents from different countries. We both speak different languages. That's really cool. They seem like a very good match. She's also into Blake, right? And she has this and Blake is the real estate guy.
Sure. They're all real estate guys in their own right.
Quote unquote real estate guy. Hold on. Blake.
Is he the guy who just like bought and sold properties?
Oh, no. Blake's the accountant.
Oh, okay.
Blake's the accountant.
I have not been focusing on what they do for work.
That's the only way I can like kind of keep them.
That's a really good way to do it. Yeah.
So hold on, I wrote.
But as far as the connection between Anna and Blake goes, I didn't see anything that really stood out to me. Like the Patrick and Anna thing went on for a while, and obviously it's because we're seeing more of it. But it seemed like they had a genuine connection, and then Blake was just like, he makes me laugh.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I got from it. So I was very confused at the end of this episode when it looks like everything's working out. Are we going to get another engaged couple? Which we missed already. There is another engaged couple. We already forgot about them.
Oh,
Fuck.
Madison and Joe. Fuck, that's going to take like another 10 minutes. Shit.
It's not going to take another 10 minutes because I don't remember shit from them.
I
They were
do.
boring. So when that shit happens, just like as a normal person, when that happens and I'm watching it,
Yeah.
you just kind of try to watch the other person scramble a little bit because they're trying to come to grips with a new piece of information
That's
that's
not Joe handled
very
it
daunting.
okay.
He handled it very well.
Yeah.
But internally, I'm like, dude, you're on a TV show.
You got to look
Like,
good here. You can't say
You
something
have to look
stupid.
good for sure, but you're supposedly going to get married to this person.
If
Good
he's
for him.
For sure, if he's up for it. And I'm not saying this in like a mean way at all. Like love conquers all. You know me. I truly believe that. But like my thing with that, you know, from a genuine standpoint of you're spending the rest of your life with this person, like you better be up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you guys get engaged and you get married and you're happy and like this is legit, despite how it started,
Yeah.
and then she loses her sight and you fucking bail, fuck you.
Well,
bro.
yeah, that would obviously blow, but like you've known each other for not even known each other. You've been talking for a day.
No, I'm just
And
talking
it's like, all right,
for him
yeah.
to say that. Like, I know he has to say that in that moment,
Yeah.
but again, like that's where I need somebody buffering this to be like, hey guys, like I want to make sure she finds the guy that is
Can
strong
handle this,
enough
yeah.
to be able to support
Yeah,
her.
and maybe
through
she
this.
did.
She
Look-
deserves love. I'm not saying
No, of
anything
course.
negative.
I'm not saying. I'm just putting myself in this situation.
Sure, where it's
I'd be
like,
like,
can
lady,
you
I've
handle
known you
this?
for 12 hours. I don't even know what you look like. I have to prepare myself for what you look like.
You would be like, what? You can't high five? Go fuck yourself.
I high five a lot. But like putting myself in her or in his shoes rather. And look, maybe he's just a better person than I am. That's a possibility for
Probably.
sure. But I don't know you. I don't know what you look like. I have to somehow come over the fear of like when that door opens, are you even going to be attractive? Now I also have to come over the fear of you could go blind in the next couple of weeks. He seems completely taken by her. He seems like he's going to be the man for her. Like I don't have any reason to think that he wouldn't.
To sum it up, we're not being insensitive. Like, obviously, if they're in love, yes, you should be together. I think the bigger thing is, hey, man, you've known her for a day. This could be a real situation. Let's not base this off of like talking to somebody behind a wall for 4 days. Like,
Right.
let's really understand that at some point this might be a reality. Like, are you able to be that person for her genuinely? Because if you're
No,
not,
and there's something to say about the fact that she also went on the show knowing that that's a possibility,
but she told
and she
him.
was upfront about
Yeah,
it.
which is good.
So she has no reason to think like, hey, I just sat down with him and told him what's going on, and he's in the same boat as me. We're both on this show to find love and find marriage and get married very quickly, and all of this is completely unorthodox. So why would I believe that he's not going to be there for me? So on Madison's part, I think she's completely fine. Joe, we'll find out.
Yeah, well, he already look. Put it this way, he's already got a big issue with the cat hair, which I get, totally get that,
I understand that too. Yeah.
without a doubt. Like, yeah, that's gross in my opinion. I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything about you cat owners out there. You do your thing. I don't personally like cat hair. Is what it is.
Maybe we can chalk it up to we didn't see a whole lot of their interactions, so maybe they had deeper discussions and they have a better understanding.
I feel weirdly protective of Madison.
Yeah, no, that's why I was saying like I feel like where she's coming from, she's done everything that she needs to. She has no reason to believe that he's not going to be there.
That's
to take
what
care
it
of her.
is. She seems forthcoming. He doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel like he's still guarded about this, and he's saying the right thing.
Well, he did the thing right away when she told him, where he asked like, "Is that definitely going to happen?"
Right.
Like right away it was like,
Immediately.
"Is that definitely going to happen, or is it a possibility, or what?" Like temper my expectations. It's like, you know, you can have that discussion. There's nothing stopping you from waiting until day 10 to like really
Dive
exhaust
into
the
that.
issue and try to figure out what's going to happen and what you can expect. So we didn't see a lot of that. I don't know. Maybe they had deeper discussions.
I have no
I
idea,
don't
but
know.
they end up
I
getting.
feel like they just kind of
engaged.
glossed over it. They were just like, yeah, you know, she might be going blind. She's got an issue with her eyesight. She's got this. She's got that. And then they're like, all right, they're engaged.
I love you. I love you too. Let's get engaged. So we're gonna see them with their first look for our next recap. I didn't see it yet. Did we already see that?
No, I don't think we saw it.
No. So that's in the next episode. And
Yeah,
this
it's a little
episode,
convoluted.
episode 2. I know we jumped around a lot, but episode 2 ends on a cliffhanger because Patrick, he's sold on Anna. He's like, I'm into this girl. I think she's the one. I'm really excited. Like, I'm giddy. You know, he gave her this speech and like a scene that they give you as he's walking to the booth at the end. And it's like, you know, I just have this image in my head of you coming in on New Year's Eve and you walk down the stairs in this dress and like the whole room turns to look at you. And it's not even because of your physical appearance, but your energy and like blah, blah, blah. She's like, I love that for me.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
these fucking situations are wild.
Yeah, what parties are you going to?
That's a movie.
Are you in the Titanic?
Yeah, that is a movie.
Yeah, is this Emma Watson walking? Emma Watson. Pff, Jesus Christ.
Attaboy.
It's
It's okay.
I can't even remember her name right now. Rose. Is it Rose walking down the stairs of the motherfucking Titanic right now? What's her fucking name? You don't even know. That's why you're laughing. You forget too.
You've completely fucked me up too because
Yeah.
I had it. Oh, Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
I had it too, and I was waiting for you to finish, and then I lost it when
Yeah.
I was waiting. No, not only that. I'm going back all the way back to Anton and Alli. That whole dream back and forth bullshit.
How did you have a dream about him? You don't know what he
That
looks
doesn't
like.
make sense.
It doesn't make any
The
sense. to
stupidest
me.
shit I've ever
You got
heard.
out of prison.
By the way, maybe Allie had a dream of him getting out of prison and her and his mom picked him up or something, whatever the fuck that was. He then scrambles and says, I had a dream about you too. No, you didn't.
You fucking didn't.
No, you did not.
Absolutely not. Not even you don't.
Bunch of liars, these people. All liars.
All liars. Yeah, he's lying for sure. And again, I don't trust him at all.
No.
Allie genuinely seems like she's infatuated with this man.
Which I also don't trust it in just a different way.
Sure, I think that's more of a like you shouldn't be this infatuated yet. You clearly are. You shouldn't be.
Oh, God.
Anton is just like fuck yeah, dude. She's so hot, and I'm gonna get some ass. Like that's all he's concerned
Yeah.
about. Quite clearly, because he's so stoked that he goes and just chugs fucking champagne. He doesn't even look at it. She's literally standing there. We'll stop after this, but she's standing there like clutching her heart, staring at her man with his ridiculous pompadour and the fucking glasses. That's what
She
happens.
loved his hair.
I'm not shitting on the hair, but when you push the glasses down in the center of your head and you have big hair, it makes it look silly.
It does. It makes it look
That's
silly.
all.
Maybe that's why he didn't turn around. Because the back of his head looks better.
I don't know why he didn't turn around.
Yeah, I don't-
I can't imagine a scenario in
Let's
which
just say it was nerves.
nerves.
Yeah, that's what the drink was for. He got nervous.
She's longingly staring across the hallway at
Yeah.
her fiance.
She
and
thinks this is a rom-com.
He's about to spill champagne on himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But anyway, the episode ends on a cliffhanger, as we said.
Yeah, right.
Where poor, Jesus, I'm getting to the point.
Patrick.
Patrick, thank you. Poor Patrick goes into the pod. He's looking around. Hello? Anna?
Silence.
Anyone? Why the hell would the producer let him go to that pod if she's not there? Did they just want like a dramatic moment? I thought it was going to be a joke. I thought that honestly
Goodness.
he was going to sit there and just say, hello, anyone there? Anyone there? And then Anna was going to say something. And she never did.
She never did because she's not sitting there. But that's not a spoiler either. That's the end of the
Yeah,
episode.
she's just not there.
But it did give me an idea.
Okay.
I think a really good move would be to just sit there silently and see how the person responds. Like if you are in the room, like start it out.
Oh,
there,
yeah,
just
make 'em-
don't talk and see what they do.
Make him anxious.
Make them anxious.
Maybe
see
they
if
mutter something under their
if
breath.
They like scramble and they say weird shit. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Just like silence for like
They
a
start
minute.
like cussing you out when like they think you're not there.
Then you know.
And it's like, look at this asshole.
Then you know.
Yep.
You know.
Possibility.
I don't know. But if you guys couldn't tell, this is going to be a beautiful disaster to cover. And we're going to jump around like this for episode 3 and 4. And we're going to continue to do 2-part episodes in one. But
Yeah, we'll try to get all 6, well, 3 episodes from us, but all 6 episodes covered before the next bunch drops
Yes.
next Wednesday.
they'll be out by next Wednesday.
Yep.
Promise,
So,
promise.
Promise from
But
us.
last question for you.
Yeah.
One person, not just give me one person you're actually rooting for.
Mm.
And all the
I mean,
people.
Patrick is the low-hanging fruit because I am rooting for him now.
I'm rooting for Jordan.
I was going to say Jordan too.
Yeah.
But
Then give me who you want.
certainly not Sparkle Megan.
I would. Mike pisses me off more than
Mike,
Sparkle.
yeah, Mike I don't really
Actually,
like.
fuck that, Nick.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go with I'm not rooting for Sparkle Megan.
I'm not rooting for Nick. I'm rooting for Jordan.
Yeah, rooting for Jordan. We're both rooting for Jordan and Patrick.
Yeah, Jordan, Patrick, Sparkle, Megan, and Nick and Kick Rocks. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I'm sure there's going to be a whole new power rankings for the next 2
Without
episodes.
a doubt, we'll do our best to like keep. I'm gonna have to do like flashcards for this shit, bro. But
Yeah.
anyway, we'll get questions from you for next week. They can be about any.
We'll probably end up doing, I guess, for episodes 4 and 6, since everything will be out
Friday.
So then when we do that episode, we'll put questions out for you guys to ask us of what's going on, because everybody's going to be on the same page.
Yeah, and you guys can ask us anything.
Ask us anything you want about anything that happened from episodes 1 through 6, projections for what's going to happen moving forward, whatever it might be. And we'll do our best to cover everything.
Yep, but that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nope.
That's our show, bros. Gotta go.